So we are going to have an interview with
Okay.
the Ruby Prize winner. Okay, let me ask you some questions. So
Yeah.
how did you start programming?
So it's back to my first year in the college.
Mhm.
I majored in public administration.
Public
I
administration.
found it super boring. And then so one of my friends sent me the article about Silicon Valley was using that has like a bunch of startups that are like very small, like 1 to 3 people. They write programs and then create products and then change the world. And then I want to see if I can do something like that. So I self-taught like programming using like online resources. I started writing websites and stuff. Yeah, that's how I started.
Interesting. So that you you have some kind of startup in your vision when you start programming.
Yes, I actually didn't know that I would love programming. So I also try to go to like, for example, like marketing courses. I would see like what role I can play in a startup environment. Yeah, but then I just fell in love with programming. So I just decided to be a like programmer after that.
Oh. So how did you meet Ruby?
There was a online course called 30 Days or Ruby on Rails or something. It's a online course that's very like the price is very cheap. I bought that course, and it tries to teach like beginners to build a Ruby on Rails website in 30 days. And yeah, so that's how I first got into Ruby.
So the Ruby was not your first programming language, right?
My thing is, it is.
Ruby was the
Yes.
almost first
Yes.
programming language.
I mean, HTML and CSS was the first, but like actual programming,
HTML.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, very few people consider HTML as a programming language.
So
Yes.
then Ruby is my first programming language.
So you started programming in Ruby, and you are interested in some kind of startups. So how you carry out? How did your career go?
So I try to find internship, whatever I can, and then I eventually found an internship in one of like a startup. Stay there for a few months, and then work hard enough to actually get a full-time job in another startup, and also like writing Ruby using Rails application. Yeah, so that's how I started to get into work, even when still in the college. I worked part-time since then, and then after that I moved on to full-time in another startup. Yeah, that's how it started.
So the how how did you decide make up yourself to involve in the contribution to the Ruby, the open source software?
Oh, it's because in 2015, that's my first year, like coming to Ruby Kaigi. I remember that one was in Tokyo, and it was like mind blowing. That's my first ever conference, and then seeing like all the different Ruby developers presenting their projects with passion, and then you can contribute to like Ruby and other open source projects, and then change the world, change like a lot of people like you never meet. That for me was like very impactful. So after that, and also with the support of my then company iCook, I started to contribute to some small gems or even a Rails feature at my work time, and that's how I got started.
Interesting. So then you moved to the UK, right?
I stayed in Taiwan for a few years, and then yeah, 2021 I
Yeah.
moved to the UK.
Yeah, I remember I wrote your endorsement.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and what made you decide to move to UK?
That's a good question. I want to experience different culture for
Mm-hmm.
living because I was born and raised in Taipei, and also I want to actually like kind of like broaden my career opportunities basically, because back then before like uh, since 2017 I was working remotely with a UK company,
Mm-hmm.
and the time difference was like 8 hours, so it's not very easy to work that way. And I was thinking that if I were to move work for any US companies, the time difference would be harder, like 12, 13 hours. But if I move to the UK, then I can work with European companies easier and also like North America companies, which is right now the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's one reason. And also like they have bigger Ruby developer communities back then, as my knowledge. And I can go to like for example Eurocode, I can go to Brighton Ruby more easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's one of the consideration.
Yeah.
Easy to approach to different Ruby communities.
Mm-hmm. So you recently your work toward to the Ruby, especially to the Ruby core, is increasing. So what changed? What did you? What changed your life?
So I always want to contribute to Ruby core, but for a few reasons I could not or like didn't have the courage to. One is the biggest one is because I don't have a strong enough like knowledge about system programming. So for example, I would struggle to understand C. I didn't know how to learn it myself on my spare time and stuff. And yeah, so that's one of the biggest reason. And what changed recently is because of the AI tools I started
Hmm.
using. So also like with my teammates mentoring. So at the end of last year, I started working on code base, like working on Sorbet, the type checker
Mm-hmm.
is written in C++. So I actually got the opportunity to work on system programming. And also, unlike a few years prior, I don't actually need that much hand holding. A lot of times, like for example, if I don't understand the syntax, I don't understand the compilation errors, AI can teach me. And so that saves a lot of time from my colleagues. And very quick, like I think after 2 or 3 weeks, I can already start operating by myself on a few different tasks. Yeah, and after that, I started working on RBS parser, the pure C version as well. Similarly, I had some mentorship from my colleagues, but very soon I can start it operating on myself. And then the same happened again with Zigit. It's in Rust. So I think AI coding tools definitely was like a big, uh, uh, how do you say, turning point for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means the people who consider themselves as ordinary people can teach themselves by the help from the AI
Yes.
and then become a contributor
Yes.
much easier than before.
Yes.
That's a great insight. So do you have any plan, future dream for the future, especially regarding Ruby?
Yeah, definitely. So right now, I actually have like several different visions. The nearest one is that I want to spend more time to improve RDoc and the documentation for Ruby. Actually, I'm working on another new thing for RDoc that will be even more modern, more even like feature rich. So I, so I right now I'm trying to broaden my view on Ruby. So Ruby is a very beautiful language. We always are happy writing it. Thank you, thanks to you. But just a few years ago, the reason I started working on debugger was because debugging Ruby was like painful. It's not enjoyable. So I improved that, and also with like Koichi making the new debugger gen, that's solved. Right now, reading documentation is not so pleasant, so that's what I want to fix. And I want to identify every single piece in the entire Ruby developers like daily experience that's not pleasant, that does not match Ruby's beauty. I want to fix that. Yeah, and also fix it with the most effective way.
Well, wonderful. Do you have any personal dream for the future?
Personal dream. Like in the last past 10 years, my dream was to become a Ruby committer.
Okay,
and
you
that
down.
fulfilled. Yeah. So it will take me maybe some time to come up with another dream. But yeah, I think if you like the very vague dream is to coming up with a new vision, like broader vision for Ruby, and then trying to be ambitious and then fulfill it in the next 5 years.
Yeah,
hopefully.
wonderful. Yeah, you are making the world better.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's all. And thank you for the
Thank you so
interview.
much.
Yeah, thank you.